Yes. हाँ जी. एक बार पेंसिल सर को भी कर दो.
Global opportunities and latest developments in pharmaceutical biotechnology that has been organized at Chamili Devi Institute of Pharmacy, Indore. This conference is a one-day conference that is 19 August 2023. This conference is organized to provide a platform to faculties, students, researchers and corporate experts to express their knowledge in the field of which they are working. CDIP is deeply involved in research, innovation, and bringing the innovation culture into the organization. Emphasis is given to encourage students to think innovatively and supporting their innovative ideas and transforming their innovative ideas into reality. And publish research papers in the souvenir. A separate series of talks on various areas of pharmaceutical biotechnology will be organized in this one-day conference to promote the research culture in the institute. So, with these words, we are delighted to bring all the esteemed dignitaries to the inaugural ceremony of this wonderful national level conference with blessings of our Honorable Chairman and Vice Chairman, Chamili Devi Group of Institutions, Founder, Professor Dr. Joy Banerjee ji, Professor Dr. Arun Kumar Gupta ji, Chamili Devi Institute of Pharmacy, with the present blessings of Honorable Professor Manish Srivastav ji, Professor Dr. Suhas Dhane ji, Professor Dr. Nisha Kevalia Madam. Then we have amongst us Mr. Umesh Gupta ji, Vice President and Site Operation from Glenmark Pharmaceuticals as a chief guest. We have amongst us a keynote speakers, Dr. Pankaj Nekar ji, Head of Department of Regulatory Affairs and RCPIPR, Shirpur, Maharashtra. Professor Dr. Sandeep Verma ji, HOI of Institute of Science, Sage University. We are delighted to have amongst us Dr. Nilesh Malviya ji, Scope Indore, Dr. Lav Kumar Soni ji, Reader, DAVV Indore, Dr. Gaurav ji, Sri Aurobindo Institute of Pharmacy, Dr. Mahavir ji, Vidyasagar College of Pharmacy, Dr. Saurabh Jain ji, KLC College of Pharmacy, Dr. G.N. Dhavekar ji, Acropolis Institute, Dr. Sachin Jain ji, Principal OCPIR, Dr. Raghuvendra Dubey ji, Dean, Sage University. We are delighted to mention we have a convener with us, Professor Saurabh Jain sir. He is the conference convener and associate professor at CDIP. It is a pleasure to have you all with us for this inaugural ceremony, and once again thank you for being a part of this wonderful conference. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we commence with the program, let us participate in World Peace Prayer. May I request everyone to raise in their seats and join their hands. I request everyone join their hands for this unique prayer that is a reflection of peace and humanity for mankind. I request the technical team to please play World Peace Prayer.
प्रतिपाद्या जय जय स्वसंवेद्या आत्मरूपा देवा तूपि गणेषु सकलार्थमति प्रकाशु मणिनिवृत्तिदातु अवधारि बोधि गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णश्च पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Thank you, everyone. Please take your seats. May I now request all the dignitaries to proceed with Saraswati Pujan and lamp lighting ceremony. I request Honorable Chief Guests, keynote speakers, Group Director Sir, and Principals Pharmacy to please proceed with lamp lighting ceremony. Lighting a lamp before ceremony spreads divine grace. Saraswati Puja and lightning lamp ceremony is being performed at National Conference. Om Namah Sachidananda Rupaya Paramatmane Jyotirmaye Sarupaya Vishwamangalya Murtaye Pragati Panchbhutani Grihaluha Swarasthatha. Om Namah Sachidananda Rupaya Paramatmane Jyotirmaye Sarupaya Vishwamangalya Murtaye Pragati Panchbhutani Grihaluha Swarasthatha. Om Namah Sachidananda Rupaya Paramatmane Jyotirmaye Sarupaya Vishwamangalya Murtaye Pragati Panchbhutani Grihaluha Swarasthatha. Om Namah Sachidananda Rupaya Paramatmane Jyotirmaye Sarupaya Vishwamangalya Murtaye. Thank you. अतिथि सत्कार बिना हर अरदास अधूरी होती है। अतिथि ही तो देवतुल्य है जिनके आने से हर आस पूरी होती है। May I now request our Honorable Group Director Sir, Dr. Joy Banerjee ji, to please welcome our Honorable Chief Guest with a token of bouquet and Swagat Dupatta. Now, I will request our beloved Principal Sir, Dr. Arun Kumar Gupta ji, to please welcome our Honorable Chief Guest with the token of bouquet and Swagat Dupatta. Dr. Pankaj Nekar Sir, Head of Department Regulatory Affairs, Shivpur, Maharashtra. Now, I would request Dr. Saurabh Gupta Sir to please welcome Dr. Sandeep Verma ji, HOI, Institute of Science, Sage University, with a token of bouquet and Swagat Dupatta. Thank you, sir. Now I will request Dr. Gaurav Jain sir to please welcome Dr. Yusuf Ali Jaliwala sir, IPA representative, MP State, with a token of bouquet and Swagat Dupatta. Now, I would request our beloved Principal Sir, Dr. Arun Kumar Gupta Sir, to please welcome our Honorable Group Director Sir, Dr. Joy Banerjee Sir, with a token of bouquet and Swagat Dupatta. Now, I would like to request Dr. Pankaj Kushwaha sir to please welcome Principal CDIPS Dr. Suhas Dhande ji with a token of bouquet and Swagat Dupatta. Now, I would like to request Mr. Arun Patidar sir to please welcome Mr. S.A. Arin sir, Treasurer IPA MP State Branch. Now, I would like to request Mrs. Priyanka Soni ma'am to please welcome Dr. Love Kumar Soni sir, leader DAVB Indore, with a token of bouquet and Swagat Dupatta. Now I would like to request Mr. Saurabh P. Jain sir to please welcome Dr. Raghvendra Dubey sir, Dean, Sage University, with a token of bouquet and Swagat Dupatta. Now, I would like to request Pradeep sir to please welcome Dr. Saurabh Jain sir, Kevalshri College of Pharmacy. Now, I would like to request Dr. Krupa Patel ma'am to please welcome Dr. Revati Gupta ji, APJ University. Ma'am, please. Now, I would like to request Suresh Dangi sir to please welcome Dr. G. N. Dharwekar sir, Acropolis Institute. Now I would like to request Nikita Upadhyay madam to please welcome Dr. Sachin Jain sir, Principal, OCPR University. Now, I would like to request Priyanka Gupta madam to please welcome Dr. Gaurav Surya sir, Sri Aurobindo Institute of Pharmacy. Now I would like to request Shivani Fotidar madam to please welcome Dr. Mahavir sir, Vidyasagar College of Pharmacy, Indore. Now I would like to request Mr. Ankit Agrawal sir to please welcome Dr. Nilesh Malvi sir, Scope, Indore. Thank you everyone. Proceeding forward. Kali is derived from the word Kala, which means both darkness and time. It is believed that Kali represents the force of time, carrying both destruction and creation of life and the universe. Thus, this goddess is unique in the way she is formless and absolute, and at the same time capricious in her ever-changing forms. Now, hold your breath, for deeply rooted in the cultural fabric of Bengal, the dance of Kali is captivating that brings to life the awe-inspiring thunder dance of goddess Kali. This ancient religious performance showcases the divine power and face demeanor of goddess, leaving spectators spellbound by its intensity and majesty. This mesmerizing, powerful and alluring Kali dance performance requires full body integration. For this, may I now invite diploma final year students for the performance. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for this powerful Kali dance of Tamil.
पराक्रमी, आदि, अनंत, ये तीनों लोग मेरी मुट्ठी में हैं। मैं करूंगा देवों का अंत। मेरे रक्त की हर बूंद में है एक नए दानव का बीज। मार सके ना कोई, मैं रक्त बीज। हे मां पार्वती, पुकार करो, रक्त बीज का संहार करो, बचा लो हम सभी के प्राण, इस सृष्टि का उद्धार करो।
तेरा विनाश करूंगी मैं।
जो उठेगा थोड़े से कटेगा, कहाँ पे छिपेगा, कहाँ पे बचेगा। गिरेगा गिरेगा दक्षिणा दक्षिणा, तो मेरे बनने लगे मारेगा। बच सके तो बच गया, ये संसार सूर्य बच चला है, जंगला कौन रह सका खड़ा है।
कब तक लगेगी?
Oh my God!
was a dream. Tomorrow is a vision. But today, well lived makes every yesterday a dream of happiness and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Getting the same vision, we, the CDIP family, is playing a significant role in the holistic development of young professionals in addition to bringing the gap between all levels of quality education. On 19th June 2018, the foundation stone of CDIP was established with a vision to provide quality pharmaceutical education and create pharmacists who care for human health. Let's all have a journey and a look towards CDIP. I request the technical team to please play the CDIP journey.
Amazing to know how we transform from small premises to a full-fledged innovative campus renowned for its marvelous infrastructure in such a short span of time. Let us have a short look into the CDIP journey. CDIP offers modern, innovative and integral courses supported by excellent staff and facilities with a fantastic student community at its heart. In an increasingly competitive market for the employment of qualified pharmacists, a 2 years diploma and 4 years B.Pharm courses offer an opportunity to experience a science-driven curriculum designed to equip you to be a future leader in healthcare professional. The pillars behind Chamudini Institute of Pharmacy, Shri Purushottam Agrawalji, Group Chairman Agrawal Group, Shri Vinod Kumar Agrawalji, Chairman CBGI, Shri Sanjay Kumar Agrawalji, Vice Chairman CBGI, Dr. Joy Banerjee ji, Group Director CDGI, Dr. Arun Kumar Gupta ji, Principal CDIP. Without these noble members and their sincere efforts, we would not have been sitting in the temple of knowledge.
Life is just a series of incurable miracles. Love is just a series of curable follies. Music is just a series of harmonious notes. Hunger is just a series of functional needs. Fire is just a series of inventory sparks. Flood is just a series of smaller rains. Architecture is just a series of building blocks. Art is just a series of broadening views. The market is just a series of ups and downs. Death is just a series of preventable diseases. CDIP is just a series of quality education. Now, moving forward, we will have the seat taking ceremony on the rostrum. The seats are set. The stage is set. Auditorium is full. Most awaited for the dignitaries on the dais. Now, I would like to invite on the dais honorable chief guest, keynote speakers, group director sir, principal pharmacy, to please come up on the stage to have the chairs. Now, I would like to introduce you all with a dynamic principal, Dr. Arun Kumar Gupta sir. He is a person who opens his arms and welcomes everyone by saying, "Enter the world of pharmacy. It held in world supremacy. The legends left us the legacy. So we are the future, it's a prophecy." Sir has more than 24 years of experience in academics as well as in industry. Also, sir has decades of teaching and administrative experience in some of the best pharmacy colleges. गति के लिए चरण, गति के लिए चरण, प्रगति के लिए आचरण और CDIP के लिए डॉक्टर अरुण कुमार गुप्ता जी बहुत जरूरी है. May I now invite on the dais a principal Dr. Arun Kumar Gupta sir for briefing the national conference.
Thank you, Anjali. Need to give such introduction. That is my deep place where I try to convert all thoughts into reality and give the ideal pharmacy college to the society, to the community, and to the nation. So I hope up to certain extent I am able to deliver, but still the milestone is there, and one of the milestones which I thought is the Master of Pharmacy program. Definitely we are looking forward for that. So now I just welcome all the delegates who is present here in the Pharmaceutical Biotechnology Conference, which is called PBGOLD 23, and I welcome my chief guest. Actually, he is my colleague, my friends in B.Pharm course. So I welcome Mr. Umesh Gupta, Vice President, Glenmark Pharmaceuticals. Again, I welcome the IP Secretary, Dr. Jaliwala sir, for their kind support to the conference. I welcome keynote speakers who is giving deep thought about the biotechnology, how it is helpful for pharmacy profession and what type of changes is take place in the industries. So welcome sir. Again, I welcome, it is not essential, but I know without the guidance, without the margdarsan, the dream transformation is not possible. So definitely I welcome group directors as under their guidance, supervisions and mentorship, we just transform our dream into reality. Welcome, sir. I welcome the principals of various pharmacy colleges and principal of Chamardevi group of institutions. I welcome all the HODs which is come from different areas of the pharmacy institute and faculty members of the pharmacy fraternities. And the most important and always near to my heart, that is my student, beloved student. I am welcoming all of you in the national conference. So I here just give the overview about the conference, why this thought come into my brain. Actually, when I am working in the AstraZeneca in 2008, the discussion is always going on. What is the future of pharmacy? And at that time, the hot talk is going on in between the two basic things, the medicines in the form of chemicals and medicines in the form of biologics. So at that time, the contributions of small chemical entity to the pharmaceutical market is near about 80 to 85%. And the contribution of biologics is near about 15%. And definitely pharma industry is always moving towards their future plans. And in that discussions, the thing is come in picture that up to 2030, the market share of biologics will be increased and it will reach nearby 50%. Means definitely they are replacing the small chemical entities and moving towards the biologics. And in last few years, definitely we find out the same type of things when we are facing the COVID disease. And each country is looking forward for curation of COVID. So they are in search of or in hunting of the medicines, means chemical entities. But in 1 year and 1.5 year span, they are unable to come with the curations of COVID by means of the small chemical entities. But at the same time, the parallel research is going on in the biologics. And within a 1 year period, we come with the treatment for COVID by means of vaccination. And through these vaccinations, we prevent the millions life on the world. So definitely, this is showing the power of biologics and how fast they can be invented out over the conventional medicinal systems, means the small molecular entities. Generally, they are invented in the duration of 15 to 20 years. But biologics may become comparatively so fast, 2 to 5 year period. Still in COVID, the vaccines is given for emergency purposes. So they are just come in the market within a 1 year period. So on that basis, I think, why not we just aware our students or pharmacy fraternity towards the importance of biotechnology. That's why we just applied to the conference to Department of Biotechnology department, and with the blessing of God, we get the funding from the DBT. So definitely this is the thought for this conference, and definitely we call the subject expert from different areas, one from the Maharashtra and one from the MP regions, which give the overview or in depth of this biotechnology, so that our student, the different participants or delegates get the basic informations for biology, and their knowledge will be helpful for all of them. So thanks to all of you, and again congratulate who is participating in this conference. Thanks.
so much, sir. It was such a great, wonderful session about the national conference given by you. Now, I would like to introduce you all with the Honorable Group Director, Sir, Dr. Joy Banerjee ji, defining him in one statement. Leaders become great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. Thus, leaders only become leaders when they can turn visions to reality. Sir is alumnus of IIT Kharagpur in engineering, professor cum technocrat with corporate and academic administrative experience, alumnus of Arthur D. Little Boston, USA, with experience of teaching, a committed and zealous academician with decades of teaching and administrative experience in educational institutes and corporates. Served as a senior consultant in the World Bank, Washington, D.C., USA, served in some of the best technical institutes in central and northern India as director under RGTU Bhopal, UPTU Lucknow, MDU Rohtak, Kurukshetra and Pune University. Now, I would like to request our respected Group Director Sir with the following lines. ये दबदबा ये हुकूमत, ये दबदबा ये हुकूमत, ये नशा ये दौलत ये मुस्कान, ये अपनापन ये स्वभाव, ये सब आपकी खूबी है जनाब, इससे ही तो पूरा सीरीज जाए फलता फुलता है. Sir, I would like to request to please come on the dais for your words of wisdom.
Thank you, Anjali. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Respected all dignitaries on the dais, the principals from various institutes who have come here to grace the occasion. It's a great opportunity and privileged moment for me, and little bit of cherishing the old memories and nostalgia. The Department of Biotechnology, CGO Complex, Lodi Road, New Delhi, was stone throws distance from my residence. Still I visit there, my friends were there at DBT, and my bank account is still maintained in that CGO complex. And at that point of time, when I was to be there, meet my friends, I never thought that the institute I will be working with will be again coming in collaboration and association with DBT. It's a wonderful initiative on the part of the Chamali Devi Institute of Pharmacy in collaboration with DBT is organizing this national conference. The very purpose of conferences, whether national or international, let us be very clear one thing. The very purpose is knowledge networking. Whether it's in physical forms or it's in electronic forms. Of course, COVID has changed the system, has taught us that how to go online and how to organize meetings, conferences online. Wide opening the opportunities, the pan-India, the people who find difficult to come physically and attend such conferences. Today they are attending online from various parts of the country, length and breadth of the nation. Let us introspect for a minute that India is really a research country or it's a service country. I come from an engineering background. When I watch back, I find that even the IT companies, so-called, they're the prime movers of the country, the best possible with a huge turnover and the profits. They're all service IT companies. Research, the terminology if we use, it's a different categories of research. Whether it's a basic research, it's a industrial research, it's a corporate research. Basic research is very expensive, very time consuming. And you don't know where you are heading towards. Where you don't know if the success will come or not. But it has to be continued for the nation's development, for the global development, for the development of the people, because science and technology is the prime need of the people of the world. We have seen very recently when the COVID struck us, the pandemic, which we never expected, never experienced, probably maybe the lifetime experience, hope it doesn't happen again. When I was interacting, even principal of the CDIP and his best friends and my friends, my associations, I was given the impression that it's impossible. The medicines to come in the market, it takes minimum 5 to 10 years to develop. But is really so? It has happened very fast. Within 2 years, antidotes, injectables. How it is possible? I was just discussing with again my friends. Even when the manufacturing was just about to start in India, the Oxford University, I knew someone there that was talking. They said, no, already the Mars and Hearts was there earlier and we were doing research. But then what happened? After that, the research was discontinued because there was no fund. So somebody has to fund. So who will fund? With the government? Who will fund? The corporates? They have their own system. If they have a profit, then their main motive angle is the profit, then only they will be doing the funding. But the lab setup was there, people were there, funding was not there, so they discontinued, they are doing something else. But moment this started, that's immediately revived. And the government funding or multilateral agencies funding came from all over the world and they quickly came up, and it is not a basic research started and then developed pharmacies or biologics. It's not possible in such a short time. And India particularly has played a very wonderful role. That how quickly is not even a developed country we will be becoming in 2047 or before. That's the Prime Minister has just announced from the Red Fort. But how we made medicines and started supplying all over the world. I was a victim of that disease. I was lying there here in the hospital. And one hand remdesivir, one hand the steroids were made. Government of India banned the export of remdesivir. Immediately, Trump was the president of the US, the big brother, said that okay, you were banning, you were not exporting to USA. Okay, we'll see. Overnight, our government was compelled, forced to review the decision and started exporting remdesivir. And I was wondering whether I will get remdesivir or not, or my countrymen will get it or not. But they all got it, survived, the crisis averted. Fact is that India became the exporter. And India is exporting remdesivir to the world's richest and mightiest country of the world. So this India is not same India which I have come through. When I used to become sick, my father used to take to a doctor, a pink mixture with a dose is just like to give it and some little bit of white tablets or powders, let's go home for the treatment of fever. No, not even I think penicillin was the probably only antibiotic. But today, India has come up from that stage to present days, where the 30% of the world's export in pharmaceuticals is taking place from India, and 20% of the global manufacturing is taking place in India. I am talking about pharmacy alone. Is something amazing. I used to hear in my childhood the names of the companies: Part Davis, Pfizer, Glaxo. No Indian companies. But later on in my life, I found Ranbaxy has come up, Sun Pharma has come up, And now today when I find every now and then the lupin is getting FDA. At that time when I was in USA, getting FDA is something Chandrayaan 3 landing on the moon. Whether 23rd August it will happen or not, it is that kind of thing. None of the Indian companies had FDA because FDA was so tough. Good manufacturing practice, this, that, their handbook, aluminous, following up those things is impossible, almost difficult job. But today, Indian companies are getting. Indian pharmacy industries, Indian pharmacy education has come up so well that talented brains, they are joining the corporates after passing out. They are getting involved in the research work. Government also is pumping in funds. But more than government, how these Indian companies succeeded in the pharmacy? I personally feel it is capital markets. There are no funds, so much of funds for the research. But today you see whether Sun Pharma, Ranbaxy, or Aurobindo Pharma, all these Indian companies, you see the flush with the funds, their share prices is very high, they are tapping the capital market now and then, and they are doing a lot of research work, and every now and then they are exporting their medicines manufactured by them to the most developed world. That is the kind of difference I find. And all over the world, they are watching that India has become a hub of pharmaceutical science and technology. But at the same time, when I read a little bit of negative news, also when it comes in the newspapers, it saddens me very much that Indian medicines exported in African countries or some other smaller Asian countries and it's created havoc because of the not good quality medicines, or maybe some kind of unethical way they have manufactured, or the chemicals which are not good for the human consumptions have been used, etc., whatever it is. Where is the checkpoint? Government says, it's a government note, it's not exported. Business is always from company to company. That happens for anybody. In some masks were bad in India during COVID, and the government of India took up with the China. China said, we are not responsible. We are not imported from the China government, Chinese government. You have imported from the private players. So the risk is yours. You do that quality evaluation before the shipment. For that, SGS clause is there. Why you do it? SGS is the international agency. Before exports, imports, they do it. Coming back to the subject, the biotechnology and pharmaceutical technology, these combinations. When we were students in India and young, some of my friends were, we never had any exposure in the overseas, but they had one or two, their family members or parents staying there. They used to come and tell me, no, you should not study in mechanical electrical, you should study bionics. I said, no, what is bionics? Well, it's a biotechnology in medical engineering. That is bionics. I know where is there in India? Nowhere. Those days, in the engineering institutes. But nowadays, biotechnology is there everywhere. AIMS Biotechnology is very famous. I have seen that my friends studying there and doing overseas and doing well in the research as well as a professional career. So, this research initiative on the part of the very small institute as us, but under the leadership of Dr. Arun Gupta and very committed faculty, is really when I came to know such a huge overwhelming response by Dr. Soda that, sir, I need one more seminar hall to accommodate them. I said that you take it immediately in the main building. It's such a positive thing that, yes, this is vibrant institute. This is a vibrant India. This is something new India. It is not that where we have continued till now with only 2 lakhs rupees per capita income and still in the struggling with the developing. But our beloved Prime Minister said that no, it will become 15 lakhs by 2047 and we will be developed. So, I had a habit of listening great many orators or debaters by being in Delhi. In one of the lectures, long back, the Nobel laureate winner that Amartya Sen is to come India Heritage Center, and I have attended his talk. The 2 things were very important for a country: the education and healthcare. And every developed country has harped on these 2 pillars first: Then third pillar, fourth pillar, it's a different risk. In our country also, you know the green revolution has taken place, so white revolution has taken place. Then straightway, digital revolution. But in between, industrial revolution we have lacked. And that's why government has ELIC has brought. And pharmaceutical industries are booming. Pithampur area, which is known as the Detroit of India for the automobile industries, I think is the pharmaceutical hub of India now at present. And we are fortunate to have our chief guest, the Vice President of the Glenmark. Because every day morning, I have to take one Telma 40. And I never come. Manufactured by Glenmark. So, and he happens to be our principal's very close friend. And today government has announced that 5,000 crores only for the research and industry academia partnership. And that is what is important. That is what is happening all over the world. Very recently I have returned and I have seen there that how the rich countries are spending money, how the rich institutes are spending money, how the rich corporates are spending money. They don't hesitate to spend money for the research work. All over the world they are talent hunting, they are doing it. All over the world they are doing that where the startups are taking place, in which part of the Bangalore, in Kodamangalam, to pick up these companies and pumping funds at them and how you can bring them. They are sending their people all over the world in the international conferences. They are not participating in the conference by publications, or they are not participating directly. They are going as observers. And then they are spending so much of money. Well, yes. Because you go, you attend, and you spot out the talents that who is working in similar area where we are focused. And you pick up those breads. Pick up those. That is possible in the rich country by the rich corporates. It's very difficult for India. But again, it's a one step forward. What government is doing, we should be happy and we should make full use of it. And at the same time, government has also said that it is not the class 1 institutes. It's not only for the IIT and IITs this money. But they are limited. They may be having more number of good researchers. But there may be the tier 2, tier 3 cities where the researchers may be in minuscule numbers, but they can also contribute in the national wealth creation and national research foundations. That's all, I think. I will stop it here. There are many distinguished speakers. We'll be very keenly listening to them, and what best we can read and what best we can implement and execute at our institute, that should be our very good aim of the students and the faculties. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's always very admiring to hear you. Thanks a lot. Now we have amongst us a keynote speakers. Inviting keynote speakers on dais. Sir, डर रही है वाणी मेरी कि कहीं आपके स्वागत सत्कार में मुझसे कोई गलती ना हो जाए. Now I would request Dr. Pankaj Nekar sir, Head of Department of Regulatory Affairs, RCPIPR, Sripur, Maharashtra, for inauguration speech.
Good morning, everybody. Actually, I have not prepared any questions because I am thinking quite about my topic and details. But still, it is a very good initiative by the DBT, that is the Department of Biotechnology, as well as our what you can say, the important organization, that is IPA, which is funding for this conference. I have passed my graduation in 2003, and at that time, in the third year or final year, I was having one subject that was biotechnology. And I feel that this is the only subject which is having a lot of potential which can change the medicine, which can change the various aspects of the pharmaceutical industry, because it is particularly the subject which is having a lot of research scope there, and we can say that all the problems that we are facing today in case of related to disease or disorders or related to the various high cost of the pharmaceuticals or the APIs or the ingredients, that can be solved by this biotechnology. And I feel that there is a certain lacuna that is present there between the subject and the potential that this subject is having. And so these kind of conferences or these kind of particular workshops are really helpful or these seminars or this workshop will work as a seeding in the mind of young pharmacists to do some better things in the biotechnology field, and that will be very beneficial. I think that from the today's this one-day conference, actually this subject is very vast. It must require at least 15 days to get the details. But during this short period of time also, if we are able to convince any person from this audience to pursue his career in biotechnology and come out with some really wonderful medicines, so that will be that should be the output of this particular conference. So thank you very much for giving me opportunity to express my view related to this conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would request Dr. Sandeep Verma-ji, Head HOI of Institute of Science, Sage University, for inauguration speech.
Okay, a very good morning, one and all present here. I'm Dr. Sandeep Verma, and today I will discuss about nanobiotechnology. Okay, so it will be very good for you to understand how we can prepare the kit if there is any disease is coming like a corona. So I will discuss you about all these things, in vitro drug delivery system. मुझे यहाँ कहा गया है कि बस 1 मिनट लेना, तो थैंक यू सो मच. मैं आपका 1 घंटे लूँगा स्पीच में. थैंक्स अ लॉट. हैव अ ग्रेट डे.
Thank you so much, sir. We all are eagerly waiting for your session. Okay, now we have amongst us Dr. Yusuf Ali Jaliwala, sir, IPA Secretary and G-State, to address the gathering.
Hello, thank you very much. You have invited me to speak about the IPA, and I acknowledge your director's speech about the biotechnology, which is collectively his experience on the basis of attending the conferences. What I was talking to him, and he has given such a nice speech, and this is his speech is the learning for us to attend the conference, to go to the conference, and in Indore there is lack of attending the conference. So I request all of you, we are sponsoring, that is why I have sponsored this conference. Okay, once IPA will come into the picture, then you people are do the conference and do the conference, a good conference in the city, because we are lacking in pharmacy colleges, they are lacking of the conference. And once you do the local conference, take your students to the conference and such a good conference and do the research at your work. Now I talk about the IPA. IPA is helpful to all pharmacy students. You are my dear students, and we shall take up in the next year the training and placement of the students from each college, because they lack the training, and thus the training is very essential for the students. And so we take this opportunity in the coming years in the IPA. And thank you for Arun Gupta to give me a chance about the speaking to you. Thank you very much. I will not take your time, and because the keynote speakers are pending, and for that we have come here and gathered here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. हार को जीत की एक दुआ मिल गई, हार को जीत की एक दुआ मिल गई। आप आए सर जी, यूं लगा जैसे नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस को रौनक मिल गई। I am profusely overjoyed to take the opportunity to introduce our honorable chief guest, Mr. Umesh Gupta ji. His Excellency is Cluster of Head of Operations for Glenmark Pharmaceuticals Limited. He is responsible for Badi, Nalagarh and Indore plant. Overall responsible for plant operations, site administration, statutory and regulatory compliance. Umesh ji brings with him a rich experience of over 26 years in pharmaceutical operations and manufacturing supply chain, greenfield projects, validation and site transfer. Prior to his role, he was with the Rels India Limited, where he worked as Vice President Operations. Prior to this, he was associated with reputed organizations like Candida Healthcare Limited, Sun Pharma, Ipca Limited, and Torrent Pharmaceutical Limited. Looking towards his academic excellence, he holds a post-graduation in business management from NEMS Mumbai and holds a bachelor's of pharmacy degree from SGSITS Indore. He has completed Global Executive MBA from Ahmedabad University, and he has been such a huge expert of overall experience in pharmaceuticals. As has been seen in past years, he is hereby released for the souvenir release of PBGOLD 2K23. Before that, I would like to invite on dais our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Umesh Gupta ji, for his words of wisdom.
Thank you so much. Honorable Group Director, Dr. Professor Kaneji. Sir, there are all respected speakers, keynote speakers, principals from various colleges of pharmacy, and of course, dear students, boys and girls. I'm really very excited to see such a huge applaud of energy, motivation that we are now gathering together. This one-day workshop is definitely going to be very useful for all of you. As someone said that it's not one-day subject, absolutely. It requires a lot of effort, but just good to start seeding in the mind, just good to start somewhere. The importance of biotechnology is very, very key here, and this is, I think, the primary object of this seminar. I'm not very SME, technical expert into biotechnology, but my entire experience is towards the pharmaceutical, especially in some part of the development and, of course, the operation supply chain. I will just try to give you an overview of biotechnology, especially worldwide and in India. So US, it was started long back in 1990, precisely. Yes, some work has been done even before that, but it started coming into a kind of more into pharmaceutical operations in 1990s, where about 2000 the US operation is about $80 billion US dollar. And now, if you see this, just last year data was reached to about $580 billion. You just see the growth of biotechnology. And not only this, there are a lot of new companies have been emerged. In this, there are a lot of new molecules have been coming up every day. This is so vast. I mean, we are just talking about other pharmaceuticals where these are some chemicals, some chemical structures and some formulations, we name it tablet, liquid, ointment, cream, various route of dosage form. But biotechnology is so vast and it's going everywhere. I mean, you name it, especially in the pharmaceuticals, you name it, recombinant RNA, DNA technology, you name it, diagnostic, the reagents. We have vaccines, both therapeutic, prophylactic, we have medical devices, biodegradable devices, and especially in biotechnology. Many things are coming up, and of course, the food, agriculture, it's everywhere now. It's going vast. So it's a huge subject. It's a huge opportunity, and India recognized little late, but nothing. Worry about this. We have a lot of scope into this. So India business now is leading to about $110. Last year data is about $110, which is also very huge. It's about 1/5 of US business of biotechnology products altogether. And our Honorable Prime Minister is really aiming to about $165 million in next 2 years. And that's the reason he is extensively working on the challenges which country has faced in last 10 years. It's not the new subject. We talked about 10 years before, 15 years before. It was kind of a dream to bring in. There are a Biocon lady, the lady Majumdar, she was really very fond of this. She started coming into India. And then many other companies have started following up. But the government is now focusing on a lot of research and development, a lot of startups. The research was, previous years, it was about 1,300 crore rupees of research fund. Now it is increased to 4,800, 5,000 crore. This year has been announced. There are new offering has been given by government. There are bioparks. Recently, 4 major biopark has been opened up in the country. There are BDTs. There are now BDTs increased to 9. BIRAC has been increased to 60. Bioreactors, the biobeds, biopark, as I told, these are really a lot of startups supporting this brain that we have going to be. So a lot of scope for you, all of you. I mean, trust me, I'm very excited to see the growth of biotechnology in India in next 10 years. And you are at the very right verge of time. If you take this very seriously, very precisely, I'm sure one of you or maybe multiple of you will be the startups. Startups has been grown up from just 80 in last 5 years to 5-fold. Now we have about 100. Now we have about more than 1,000 startups, especially working on the biotechnology. So these are all because of our government's initiatives and of course the people also understanding. Now why biotechnology is so popular, gaining popularity nowadays, and we know all the side effects and we know the success history of vaccines in the pandemic. We recognize that this is the only way where we can able to really survive. And I'm really waiting for the day when for every individuals having their own library somewhere with all your RNAs, DNAs, your cells, your skin, everything has been stored up, and wherever you have a critical diseases or even for flu or not general diseases, you have a very customized medicines. And that's the ultimate dream of biotechnology. It's challenging, it's just a dream, but I'm sure it will come true one day, very soon. These startups, incubators are really helping a lot in going into this kind of thinking and thought processes. Now the another biggest challenge is how to manufacture these bio products, because manufacturing is a big challenge. Coming into an industrial scale, it's very good into lab scale with very small reactors, bioreactors, but when we scale up, there are huge challenges. The challenges, because we know that the stability is an issue, they keep on changing their forms and multis. So these challenges also kind of now many equipment developers, the reactor developers are coming up with a lot of auto controls. That is, we call machine 4.0. That has been introduced very extensively to overcome how we can scale up quickly. There should not be any batch failure, shouldn't be any degradation, impurities, whatever you name it. So coming to this, another is the dosage form. How to develop a very stable, consistent dosage form which can be administered, which can transport, supply chain has to be taken care. So this is another challenge, and that's the reason so far bioproducts are only limited to injectables, especially. In injectable also, there are a lot of sensitive products towards moisture, heat and all. So again, injectable required a lot of heat because it's a aseptic process, a lot of other controls, huge expensive equipments, expensive facility. And so now the lyophilization is the another best choice of taking into this. Now then there are sustained release, the lymphosomal technology has came up. So you know all these novel drug delivery systems, and these are the key. These are all very linked and associated with the biotechnology very hugely. So that's the reason it's one subject, but it is really combined with your all expertise to convert into from basic research to a scale up to dosage form and commercialize. A lot of challenges, but it's not that we don't know the technology. We understood, we know the technology, and that's the best part that I'm seeing now, and I'm excited to see the growth, and I'm very confident in next 10 years are biotechnology years. Now I always, we have keynote speakers, they will give you a lot of insight about, deep dive about this, how to do this. But my request to all of you is just go with the basics first. Very basic of cells, right to start from cell structure, nothing wrong in this. Right to start from your other RNA and DNA structures and how this all will behave inside the mechanism and all. Arun wrote a book, came to know that on the biotechnology. You can also refer to that. Very simple. Start with the simple, digest the subject, understand the subject first. This understanding will develop a lot of curiosity and a lot of motivation to go more deeper and deeper. Because research only comes to the mind, to the brain, whose basics are very clear. You can learn definitely novel drug delivery systems, you can learn technology, you can learn pharmaceutics, many things, but if you are really very basic into microbiology and biotechnology together, then you really open up your brain to think and convert your all thoughts into startups. World is really waiting for you. India is extensively going into this direction. So let's do this. There's one more. It's always close to my heart because I'm from industry. It's good to see the industry academia collaboration, and you are now inviting academia is inviting industry because ultimately you are helping us, and where your knowledge, your discipline is going to be utilized is, of course, industry. We need you. We really need very talented, good, knowledgeable students, and who are passionate, who are motivated, and of course, this all come from your by heart involvement. I mean, just don't take it. I'm giving you a lecture here, but this is very common mistakes people do in their college time and even their masters sometimes. Masters make you more mature and more reasonable, but in the graduation we are really a little bit behind this. But this is the right time where you can make all the doubts, all your thoughts very clear. So use this time very precisely. There are a lot of things available on the internet. Google is full of this, which was really not in our time. We are only dependent on some books. I still remember those books and their names, and we are still keeping with us. But huge information available. Follow that. And another one more important thing that I just always urge industry, academy to, because which is very key important for industry, is the core competencies that every student should have. These competencies is your overall complete development of your personality. It requires, start from discipline, then it goes into the passion, the motivation, and then you can have your your own competency of how you can collaborate, how you can confluence, how you can working across boundaries, the critical thinking, the we name it problem solving. So let us start developing those small competencies. There are, if you Google it, there are 6 competencies, some say 9 competencies. It's fine. I mean, it's all just together how you will become a very wonderful personality, a very mature personality who can passionate about learning and able to deliver as well. So thank you. I will just not take much of your time. I know a lot of things coming the whole day. Wishing you all the best. Congratulations. Definitely Squiddy who really organized, and I'm really very good to see that people are participating here. You are really taking it very seriously, and thanks to who and the group who really organizing this. IPA also supported. I'm really very happy to see this kind of opportunities in Indore. He rightly mentioned that we have to keep doing such seminars, we have to keep participating in our knowledge and keep sharing this. I will again come someday if I don't invite for more technical subjects, then we will talk maybe half a day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Definitely, sir. One day we are trying hard for our CDIP students, and one day will come. Definitely, your dreams will be true. Whatever you told, we all will make it true. Thank you. Okay. As has been done for the past years, we hereby release the souvenir of PBGOLD 2K23. A lot of hard work and creativity has done into making of souvenir. So, we are going to release and unveil this wonderful souvenir. CDIP souvenir means a process of adding a new layers of parts to something to enhance it. And researchers are adding new layers of knowledge by doing research in their areas of interest. So today, we are deeply delighted to release and unveil the souvenir at the auspicious hands of our profound guests and dignitaries on the dais. May I request all the dignitaries of the dais to please unveil the souvenir. Okay, now time to present a token of gratitude. I will now request Honorable Group Director Sir, Dr. Joy Banerjee Sir, to please present a token of gratitude to honor a chief guest. Now, I would request our beloved Principal Sir, Dr. Arun Kumar Gupta Sir, to please welcome Dr. Yusuf Ali Jaliwala Sir with a token of gratitude. Now, I would request Dr. Pankaj Kushwaha Sir to please present a token of gratitude to a keynote speaker, Dr. Pankaj Nekar Sir. Okay, after the session, now I would like to invite on stage Mr. Ankit Agrawal Sir for a vote of thanks to sum up this inaugural ceremony and so that we can proceed for the sessions.
Thank you, Anjali. I, Ankit Agrawal, on the behalf of Gold Chameli Devi Institute of Pharmacy, I thank you all for joining us. My heartfelt thankful to our chief guest, our keynote speakers, IPA representative sir, and our group director sir, and our principal sir. And last but not the least, our management that is very helpful for joining us and allow us to do such conferences. Thank you all.
Okay, now I would request everyone to please raise on their seats for national anthem. I request the technical team to please play the national anthem. After 10 minutes, we will be starting with a scientific session.